Hello everybody, it's Buck WSR Weezer coming at you today inside the 2000 Oldsmobile Silhouette. And what I want to draw your attention to right after I get through this intersection is got the low coolant level lit up on the dash. Not sure you can see that, but I'm not sure it's accurate. Take a look at the temperature gauge on the right hand side, and it's about the 1/4 mark, which is normal operating temperature. So my wife was telling me that the low coolant level is coming on, and I let it sit overnight, and the next day I checked it and opened the radiator cap. Couldn't get it was filled. So I'm not sure I really know what's going on here. We're not overheating. There, the message just went off. But then when I start revving the engine and moving, it comes back on. Is it possible that the gauge is faulty? See, it's back on again. I had replaced the radiator a couple of months ago in this car, and at the time, I do not think the new radiator came with the coolant level sensor, and I think I brought it over from the old radiator. I don't quite remember. But I'm wondering if the gauge is faulty. If you're getting a low coolant level indicator, but the coolant level isn't low, then what's the explanation? We're going to see if there's some way to test that and see if we can resolve this problem. Yeah, so here we are in the engine compartment. I let it cool down a little bit, took the cap off. It's completely filled. Engine's running, heat's turned on. So I really don't think there's a problem. I don't think I've got low coolant. I just think maybe the sensor's bad or faulty. So let's put the cap back on and then look into how we might be able to test it. Alright, so here we are, still behind the wheel with some new developments with the 2000 Oldsmobile Silhouette. So, a couple of new things that are a little bit weird and I haven't been able to figure out is I'm getting heat only intermittently. Like right now, I got the heat totally on high. You put your hand here, it's barely warm. And you can drive and it'll come back on for a brief time and then it'll cool down. Additionally, if you look at the temperature gauge there on the right, it's going up higher than normal. Normal is about the 1/4 mark, and now it's moving, okay, it went up past that, now it's dropping back down again, and now suddenly I've got the heat starting to come out. And the heat cycles on and off. Not on and off, it just goes from hot to barely warm. If I had an infrared thermometer, we could take a measurement. I'm just not really sure what's going on. I told you I replaced the radiator a couple of months ago. One of the things I was reading online is sometimes this can be a result of a radiator cap that's not holding the pressure enough. It's holding pressure enough to keep your engine at operating temperature, but not enough to force the coolant through the heater core. So like right now, I got it totally cranked to hot, but it's not hot. It's not even warm, all right? And there's the temperature gauge. It's like it's starting to climb again. Somebody talked about some air pockets possibly in the cooling system that are preventing the flow of coolant. It's got a couple of bleeder valves under the hood that I've opened, but I'm not getting any real success so far. Do I try a new radiator cap? Okay, all right, it's starting to come out a little bit warmer, or is it? It should be hotter than that. It's not very warm at all. Got it completely turned up to hot. Have the front and the rear heat on. It's a little bit warm. That's it. So add this to the situation with the low coolant level message coming on. I've not found it to be low on coolant. Every time I open that radiator, it's totally full. Okay, now it's coming out hotter again. Not sure what it's going to take to fix this. I'll probably start with a new radiator cap because that's a $5 investment. Not much of a risk. Alright people, I'll check back in with you soon. Alright, so here we are again, my friends. Just a little update and tell you what my plan is here. The engine's been running okay, the car's been running okay. The low coolant level indicator has not come on in a while, and things have been okay. But yesterday my wife told me she was sitting at a red light, watched the temperature gauge go all the way up to red, get the hot engine warning light come on the dash, and it freaked her out pretty good. To the point where she decided, I want a new car. So you know it's serious. Well, what I've decided to do today is to do a little bit of shooting the parts cannon at this. I want to change out the thermostat. It's down under here. I want to change out the engine temperature sensor and the pigtail because I think those wires might be a little chewed up from past experience. I'm going to put in a new radiator cap for what that's worth. I did not get a, can't see it down there, but the coolant level sensor, because AutoZone told me $62 and I didn't feel like paying that. I actually looked it up online. You can get them delivered for like $6 or $7 from eBay, aftermarket parts, or others that go up to $50 or $100. So I don't know why the big disparity of prices, but I wasn't ready to spend $62. So we got our parts here and some more coolant, and try to resolve this. Getting to that thermostat is no easy task. You've got to remove the throttle body here. Not that big of a deal, but there's just no way to get down under there following this tube and get down to that thermostat. So we're going to do some of these things. I'm not going to show you the whole process, but see if we can't resolve this strange apparent overheating thing. Interestingly, when my wife said it pegged up to hot, there was no real indication that it was overheating. No smoke from under the engine compartment, no nothing. Then when she turned the corner, it went right back down to the normal range. So something weird's going on, and it's easy enough to change out a few of these components. There's not that much to it. Here we go. Well, I'm learning that patience and persistence is an amazing thing. So it was quite a battle getting down to the getting the water neck off where the thermostat housing is. Had to take off the throttle body up here. Here's the wires for my sensor that are all engine temperature sensor, coolant temperature sensor. That sensor is going to screw in right here. I got the new sensor. These wires are all chewed up. The difficulty is I just don't have a lot of room to work with this, just a few inches. But now that I've got the water neck out of there and the throttle body out of there, I should be okay. I'll tell you what, this the housing for the thermostat is a real booger. You got the two bolts, but the one is just so inaccessible because you can't get a ratchet in there because of this exhaust crossover pipe. I ended up using one of those, where is it? One of those open-end wrenches that are ratcheting, the ratcheting type right here. It's a 13 millimeter, but I was able to get it with this 1/2 inch ratcheting wrench, and that finally did it. So it's a little bit about patience and persistence. All right, so here's the new thermostat. And he just fits in there. It's got a rubber gasket that goes around it. And he sits in there like that. And I can put the water neck back on. I think I'm going to keep it out of the way for the time being, though, so that I can play with these wires and try to connect the new pigtail. So I'm going to work on that next. Okay, well, I got it back pretty much put together, but I wanted to show you the what is this, a coolant level sensor. It's held in with this wire clip, and you've got to unclip it to get it to pop out of the of the radiator. But I don't know if you can see this, if the lighting is right in here or not, but it's all crudded up in here. This is making me think this definitely was the original one that I brought over from the other radiator a few months ago when I changed it out. And I'm just going to take a chance here and clean this out a little bit, because you can see it's crudded up in there. So it's a little bit risky. I want to use carburetor cleaner, and if it works, great. And a couple of Q-tips. And if that helps clean it out, good. If not, then I guess I'll have to shell out the money to replace this guy. But I'm sure that if this thing gets crudded up with stuff, it's not going to be working as accurately as it should. So I still see some more in there. Just going gently. Okay, that's a lot better. I don't know if you can even see that, but it's cleaned out now. Got the crud out of there. And I'm going to put it back on the radiator, and then we'll be ready to fill and bleed the cooling system and see if we've made any progress. Okay, so we're out on a test drive. We got it all put back together. I'm getting plenty of heat here out of the registers. The temperature gauge is in the normal range, about a quarter of the way up. However, my message center just momentarily did flash the low coolant level, but now that's out. So I'm not sure what to make of that. I filled the system, tried to bleed it as best I could based on some of the information that I found online. And apparently one of the problems with bleeding this cooling system is that the bleeder valves are actually lower. They're not at the highest point in the system. So you can get some pockets of air. But there is information on how to bleed those valves for the cooling system, and we'll just see if we've made any progress here. Right now it's doing great. Lots of heat. And we'll just have to go with it for a few days or weeks and see if we get any additional problems. I want to thank you for watching. If you've got the GM 3.4 liter V6, maybe you've had problems with the heating system like I have. At what kind of mileage we got here? 183,271. This is the first time I've ever experienced that. But we got a new thermostat in there, new engine coolant sensor. I cleaned out the coolant level sensor. Filled it up and we're good to go. Alright, so I'll keep you posted if there's any other developments. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments, questions in the place provided, and I want to thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you later, everybody. Buck WSR Weezer. Bye.